I was like, girl, shut up. What's up, all my aliens? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Naya Barcelona, and here we talk all things beauty, lifestyle, and commentary with a little bit of story times. So make sure that you hit the subscribe button and get locked into the alien fam. As y'all can see, we're in the car. And as you can see, I invested in a light. Well, actually, I got this light from another creator. Her name is Chanel Richie. Super dope creator. Shout out to her for this lighting, because now my videos are going to look so crisp, so much more improved. So I'm excited about that. But anyway, y'all, today's video is going to be a story time, because I have not given y'all story time in a while. I did 2 vlogs, like a makeup tutorial. I have not given y'all a story time in a little bit. So this is going to be a Miami horror story, y'all. I finally got a Miami horror story. Now, quick disclaimer. The person that's featured in this story, I have no beef with them. There's no drama, no hard feelings. I'm just telling this story from my experience, because this was a crazy night in Miami. So without further ado, we're going to just get straight into the story. I'm not even going to stall y'all any longer. Before I can introduce a lot of information about this person, I'm going to back it up to how we first met. Now, we met honestly online, I think in a fan page group for August Alsina. That is how we met. Again, girl, if you're watching this, I don't know if you're subscribed to my channel or not, but if you're watching this is no hard feelings. I'm just telling my story. But yeah, we met in a fan page group for August Alsina. Love him down. Still to this day, love him. It's been like years. So we meet in the fan group, and we don't live in the same state. We live in 2 completely different areas. She actually lives in Miami. Now let's give her a name. I didn't know what name to pick for her, so I'm going to have my phone generate a name for us. And we're going to let the name wheel pick between 2 names that pop up. Let's see what we're going to get. Kim or Diane? Oh, Diane it is. Okay, we're going to name this girl Diane. Now, Diane, here we go. Diane lives in Miami. Me and Diane have only met 3 times in person over the course of loving August Alsina. It's been only 3 times that we met. Once when I went to Miami, once when she came to Georgia, and then most recently when I went to Miami for Art Basel. This horror story is about Art Basel, okay? That's what we're talking about. If you've never been to Art Basel and you don't know what it is, Art Basel is a really big art festival that is held in Miami, Paris, Hong Kong, and I think another country. Those are the only 3 that I know of off the top of my head. But I usually go to the Miami one because it's most affordable for me to just go at any time. So yeah, Art Basel is like a huge art convention where artists from all over the world come showcase their artwork. People can buy it. A lot of celebrities come out to buy the artwork. Different brands will come out and host activations. So like I went to a Cartier event, Revolt TV, like all different brands come out and host parties during Art Basel. So there's one group that I love. It's called Everyday People. They're going to come back into play in this story, but Everyday People host a huge party. Now, I first discovered them on TikTok when someone did like a Dapping Up, was it Dapping Up 10s? No, I found them before that, actually. I found them at the first Art Basel. My friend invited me to one of their parties. The first time I went, like 2 years ago, I went to Art Basel and I found them. Then I seen them again in that Dapping Up 10s video on TikTok. And I was like, okay, I'm definitely going back to their party because it was so lit. Like, the DJs they had were perfect. That first year, this past year, it was not that good. This past December, the 3 of the DJs were dope, but then the last DJ was just repeating the same songs that the previous DJ did. I was kind of confused. I thought it was the same DJ on a loop, but it was a whole different DJ. Anyway, not the point. So, me and Diane, as we named her, we meet each other a few times, but we don't hang frequently. Sometimes we call each other. We both are in like the media space where I do content creation. She does more of the behind the scenes stuff, journalism, that type of thing, which is cool. I like meeting other creators who are in all different aspects of the content scene. Like, love that for everybody. Now, we're going to just go ahead. Now that you have the backstory of how we met and how we know each other, we're going to go ahead and start talking about Art Basel that just passed, okay? Whenever I go to Miami, I try to meet up with the people I know out there, because I'll either be solo or I'll do like one other person and we just want to hang out with friends. So I'll try to link up with the people that I know who live there. So I've hung out with Diane when I'm there. Like, I've hung out with her before. But this time around, we had plans. I had told Diane that I wanted to go to the Everyday People party. And I was like, there's going to be a few parties, because where me and my best friend, where you guys met him in the vlog, Marcus, who didn't, well, you didn't really meet him because he didn't show his face, but Marcus, who was in the vlog, who was with me at Art Basel, we had decided we wanted to go to Everyday People and a few other parties out there if it doesn't work out. Like, depending on how it works out, we wanted to go to whatever party. But Everyday People was my #1 party on that list. I knew for certain I had to go to that one because they do the best music. They do the best black young scene. Like, it's a lot of young black entrepreneurs in the room. You need to be there. Like, everybody who's everybody is out at Everyday People. This year I got to meet my favorite YouTuber. Well, I'll get into that later. But anyway, so we're talking, right? We're talking about what parties we want to go to. I'm letting her know, like, hey, just meet me at the Airbnb at, we'll just say 6, okay? 6 o'clock is a reasonable time, because we wanted to eat, grab a drink or two, and then head to the party. Because Marcus, of course, Marcus forgot to RSVP to the event. And I had already RSVP like a month or two in advance. I'd be ready. When Everyday People says they're throwing a party, I'm ready. They post their calendar for the year in January. So they might be posting it soon. Y'all should look out for Everyday People. I'm going to link them down below because their parties be lit. And I found another group too that's really lit called Stamped. So I'm going to link Everyday People and Stamped in the description box so y'all can check them out because their parties fire. But anyway, so I'm telling Diane, like, hey, this is the parties we're going to go to. Meet us at the Airbnb at 6 o'clock. Because my Airbnb was literally down the street from all the events in Wynwood. Like, it was a 2-minute drive. We could have walked if we really wanted to. But I was telling Diane to park at my Airbnb because she would get free parking. She can literally just take my spot while we're gone. Marcus will drive us there and she can take my spot if she wishes. Because I know sometimes when I go out, I like to drive myself. That way I can kind of leave when I want to leave. But I figured she wouldn't want to pay for parking, so she could just, you know, stay at our Airbnb, whatever. So while we're on the phone, she's asking me like, okay, but where are we going? And I'm like, it doesn't matter where we're going, girl. Just get here at 6. We'll figure it out. Because there was so many parties that it really did not matter what party we went to. I spent hours on Threads, y'all. Hours on Threads. Searching and searching and searching for influencer events, parties, everything. I spent hours just searching to find stuff to do. So if one didn't work out, another one was going to work out. It did not matter what failed. Something was going to work out. There was even a party in the street. Like, it was just crazy. So I'm letting her know. I'm like, girl, it doesn't matter. Just get here at 6. Everything will be good. But she was like, but no, where are we going? I'm like, girl, we're going to Wynwood. That is it. Just know we're going to Wynwood. We're going to eat. And then we're going to go to Everyday People. Granted, I can understand the hesitation why you want to know an exact destination. But that is okay. We don't need to know that right now. Just come and we'll figure it out when we get there. I guess for me, because I knew the parties would be everywhere, so I wasn't too stressed about what was going on. And neither was Marcus. He was like, I'm just here, I'm going with the flow. I trust that you'll figure it out. And we always do. We always figure it out. So Diane, she's like, all right, whatever. I'm like, yeah, just come. We could get ready together and then we can go. So Diane pulls up a little after 6, probably closer to 7. And she comes in. I'm like, okay, are you already ready to go? Like, are you all set? You got to change into anything? She was like, no, I'm good. I'm like, she was like, I just got to put my lashes on, or I need you to help me put my lashes on. I'm like, all right, that's fine. We try to get the lashes on. The glue, I don't know what brand of lashes these were, but the glue they sent with the lashes was not tacky at all. I don't know. That brand should be ashamed, because how you send in clients lashes with bad glue? We were struggling to get these lashes on. I could not for the life of me get the lashes to stick. No matter how long we let them sit and dry, they would not stick. I could not understand why the lashes were not sticking. So at the end of the day, Diane, we had one lash on. It was cute. One lash got on, but the other lash would not sit. So Diane was like, all right, just forget it. She ripped both of the lashes off and was like, I'm gonna just go like this, mascara, whatever. Like, I don't even care anymore. I'm like, okay, fine. We don't gotta put the lashes on. And I feel like at that point she got a little bit frustrated, but I was like, you know what, it's fine. We could have probably went to the corner store. There was like a little Family Dollar or something at the corner store. We probably could have went there and got some better glue, but I wasn't even thinking about that at the time. So we say screw the lashes. We get in the car, we go to Wynwood, and we find somewhere to park. Now for the meter, I paid for the parking. It was only like $2 an hour, and it was what? It was probably close to 8 by the time we got there. So I think I paid for like 4 hours from till midnight. I had put in. Yeah, I put in till midnight. I paid from 8 to 4. Once we had parked the car and got out, we decided to go eat at this taco place. Okay, there's a taco place in Wynwood called Coyo Taco. The quesadilla that I ordered, bomb. The food was so good. So we go to Coyo Taco, and we are in the line, okay? Now, the way the line is set up, I'm going to tell y'all how the line is set up. It almost looks like a diner window. Like, it almost looks like you can open the window. That's where the line is, up against the window. So you walk up the line, and then you go into the actual restaurant, and then so you're walking up, then you take a little left turn, and that's when you're going to see the register straight ahead of you. So the line is always out the door. So we're standing in the line. Me, Marcus, and Diane are in the line waiting for to order. As we get close to the door, this man who works there, he's coming out with like serving trays and stuff. And he was like, oh, can you stand in here that way by the soda machine? So when you walk in, you want to stay to your left once you walk inside the restaurant, but the machine is on the right. So we step a little further back to the right to get near the machine, but we're still in line. We can visibly see the cash register. We're still in line. So as we're in the line, we don't realize there's a whole other line going on, or something happening on the other side near the machines. All I know is I'm in line for my tacos. That's it. I'm just in the line to order food. We're all, me, her, and Marcus are all in line to order food. This random girl on the side, she starts pointing at us. She's like, y'all wasn't even in line. You wasn't even in line. I'm like, I've been in this line before you was even in this line. Now we're about to start knucking and bucking. Like, I'm not playing with this girl. I'm looking at her like, girl, don't start. And me and Diane are both like, if you want to take it there, we can take it there. She's pointing, y'all weren't in the line. Y'all are in the line. Y'all are cutting the line. You came from the club. I'm like, what club? What are you even talking about? What club are you talking about? This girl's just rambling, talking. She's visibly drunk, too. I'm like, okay, this girl, visibly drunk, just talking a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo. Marcus eventually walks off. He was like, I'm not even about to deal with this girl. He's like, just order this for me. I'll come back when it's time to pay. Like, he was over it. He was like, I'm not arguing with no girl. Which, good for him, because I know some sassy men who will really sit there and go back and forth with a woman. And there was a man behind her, standing in line behind her, who was also like, yeah, y'all wasn't in the line. You weren't in the line, pointing his little finger too. And me and Diane are like, we've been in this line. Sorry to burst your bubble, but we've been in this line. I don't know where y'all came from, where y'all two came from, but we've been here. She's like, no, you was in, I just saw you come from the club. I'm like, I don't even know what club you're talking about, but you didn't see me come from no club, girl. Quiet down before I'm done talking. So me and Diane are both, you know, sassing her back, because what you're not about to do is try to punk us and tell us we weren't in line when we've been in the line. Now she's trying to get hype, and she's like trying to squish her way through the line. And I'm looking at her, I'm like, okay, this is a hood rat. I'm not about to go back and forth with no hood rat, because one thing about a hood rat, they got nothing to lose. All they're gonna do, granted, I could fight, I could hold my own. I'm in the gym 5 days a week. You want to try it, we can try it. But I'm not about to fight over no taco. Definitely not. As we're in the line getting closer, she's squishing in front of us, trying to squeeze her way up. And we see the man that was behind her trying to squish his way in too. So I'm pushing back like, what the heck? Y'all not. If y'all want to squish in, we all going to be squished together. I don't care. So then this other girl walks up, and she's on the ugliest yellow jacket. I'm sorry. That was rude. That was rude. But she has on this yellow jacket, this big hat. She comes running up. She's like, what's wrong, friend? What's going on, friend? And I'm like, Diane, because Diane didn't hear. I'm tapping Diane like, yo, this girl's over here talking about what's wrong, friend. I thought I had to get active. And I'm like, yo, listen to what she's saying. So Diane's listening. Diane's like, so what happened? What's going on? And the girl in the yellow is like, yeah, what's going on? And I'm like, oh, let me take my earrings off, because we're about to have to get ready to go. So little Miss Yellow Jacket is now trying to figure out what's going on, who she has to fight. And me and Diane are like, who are you about to fight and get active with? Like, what do you mean I'm about to get active? Who are you trying to fight? And she was like, oh, I just thought something was going on. I'm like, no, what's going on is people don't know where they're supposed to be in the line. That's the problem. She's like, oh, I don't know what's going on. You know, I just got called over. We're like, yeah, okay. Sure, girl. So we order our food now. And as we're in the waiting area to get our food, I hear music in the back of me. And I see people coming out the back. And I'm like, this is the club the girl was talking about? I didn't even know there was a club right here, because the door, it literally looks like, it's a speakeasy. So it looks like a camouflage door of the restaurant. So unless you know it's there, you would never think it was a club. It's like disguise. You have to know it's there to go in there. And I see a bouncer in the front. So I asked the bouncer, I'm like, is this a nightclub here? He was like, yeah, we're closed right now, but we open back up in like a couple hours. I'm like, okay. So there is a club over there. But the girl sounded ridiculous, because I know she didn't see me walk to the door from all the way back there. Girl, I know you didn't see that. That's how I know you just full of it. You didn't see me walk from way back at that door to the entrance of the restaurant. There's no way. That's why I'm like rolling my eyes. I'm like, this girl's ridiculous. So I see her sitting down with her yellow jacket friend, and the dude that was behind them just walks out, leaves her there. And me and Diane are like, was this man not even with her this whole time? He's just being nosy and felt the need to jump into an argument with girls. I can't stand men like that. What? Just if you're not going to de-escalate the situation, mind your business. I cannot stand a sassy man that wants to argue with women. You're mad weird. If that's the case, if you're not going to be like, hey, everyone, calm down, let's solve this, just be quiet. This man was trying to argue us down like one of the girlies. That's why Marcus walked away. Marcus was like, I'm not arguing with no females. Take notes, sir. Okay, so once we eat, we go to another spot to get drinks. There was like this, they make, not margaritas, mojitos. They make really good mojitos, and they put sugarcane in it and all types of little cute mint leaves and stuff, and they have different flavors. So we go there, we get some drinks, and then it's time to go to Everyday People. So I'm like, all right, it's about, by this point, it's probably around 10:30-ish, because we left at, 8? Close to 8, had to park. Yeah, so it's probably around 10:30 by this point. So we're like, let's just hope and pray that when we get there, they're accepting pay at the door. That's our only option for right now, because that was my #1 party I wanted to go to, was Everyday People. So we get to the party, and they do take pay at the door. And the ticket was cheaper at the door than on the freaking website. So now I know for next year, pay at the door and don't pay on the website. Well, hopefully, because I don't know. They might be trying to, I don't know, get over on people with that. But if not, I might just do the pay at the door thing next year, because that makes more sense. Because the price was like $10 cheaper, somewhere around there. So Marcus and Diane buy their tickets. Okay, we get into the party. Vibes are good. Like, as soon as we walk in, we meet this boy. I'm not gonna give him a name because it doesn't really matter. I was just like, oh, I love your outfit. Everyone who comes to Everyday Party be dressed down. Like, they know how to put an outfit together. Like, Everyday People is like that fashion show for you and your black friends. Like, everybody has to come in their best dress. So we get in there. The vibes are great. There's so many people there already, but it packed up fast. Like, there was a good amount while we were in there, but I want to say like an hour later, it was jam-packed. Like, people were filling that place up. So once we get in, we're dancing, vibing a little. And I noticed that Diane is not really dancing after a while. Like, I don't know, maybe like 30 minutes go by. Diane's not really dancing. And I'm like, I'm trying to dance and vibe. I'm like, dance, girl. Like, bumping her. And she doesn't want to dance. She's like, oh, no. I'm like, what the heck? So now I'm kind of starting to sense the vibe is off a little bit. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to ignore it and just brush it off, because I still want to dance. Marcus is dancing. I'm having a good time. The music was good. It's like, at that point, there had to be like an Afrobeats DJ was going. He was doing his thing. So I'm like, okay, the music is a vibe. I'm going to just keep dancing. Maybe it's going to take her some time to warm up to the party. I mean, we did just eat and have drinks, and we had another drink when we got in there. So I'm like, okay, maybe we need to vibe out a little bit. She needs to warm up. Me, I can instantly catch a vibe. If the music is right, I can catch the vibe. If the people are cool, I'll catch a vibe. And both boxes were checked. Cool people, good music. Marcus was running into people that he knew in there, so it was all good. Now, I want to say another hour goes by, and by this point, there's a lot of people in there. It's getting a little squished, but not so squished to the point that you can't, like, there's no wiggle room. Like, we still had space to dance and vibe and whatever the case may be. So I'm like, okay, we're still doing all right. Like, I could still catch the vibe. It was a new DJ now, but the new DJ was still doing a good job. And he was playing the Haitian music. Y'all know I'm Haitian. If you don't know, I'm Haitian. So he was playing the Haitian vibes. I was in the zone. I'm still trying to dance with Diane. I'm like, hey. She is not dancing, y'all. She is not trying to dance. I'm like, girl, what is going on? So now I'm really like, okay, now you're killing my vibe a little bit. Like, you're really killing my mood, because if we're coming to a party, I need y'all to be like, if I'm on level 10, I need you on level 12, okay? If I'm on level 20, I need you on 21. Like, you need to catch the vibe, match my energy. So I'm trying to dance, vibe. I was on 10, she was on 2. We can't have that. We cannot have that. I need you on 11, 12. Like, you gotta be up there. And I don't even have to be drinking to be on that vibe. I was not even under the influence like that. Like, we had 2 drinks. One was a mixed mojito that was mostly juice. So nobody was drunk. Everybody was chilling. I'm just vibing off, high off life. Vibing off the aura. Everything in there was just so dope. I stopped dancing a little bit, because now I'm like, all right, now I'm getting annoyed because she is not trying to dance. And I'm just like, dang, like, low key, I'm thinking like, dang, why does she not want to dance? So now I'm still trying to get her to dance and vibe. Like, the music was going for a long time. I'm still trying to get her to dance and vibe, whatever. She is not trying to dance, y'all. She looks at me and she goes, nah, I don't dance. Then why did you come to a party? in my head, in that moment, I'm like, why did she come to a party if she doesn't dance? What was we supposed to do? Just stand and look at people the whole time? I'm not trying to do that. I could dance and look at people. Why would I just stand around looking at people? I want to, you know, groove and vibe a little bit. Like, I like to party. If I'm in a party, I want to party. If I'm at a lounge, I'll sit down. But if I'm in a party, like, literally, the way this party is set up, I'll try to insert a video, because I think I have some video of it. The way the party is set up is there's literally nowhere to sit. Where the DJ is, it's just all open field. So there's legit nowhere to even put your tushy down. Like, nowhere. Once you go further back, there's like an eating area, resting spot, all that, like food. But out in the front where the music is, nowhere to sit down. Like, you better be dancing. If you're over there, you need to be dancing. So we're like, all right, let's do a quick lap, because I like to mix and mingle. If I'm in a space like that with a lot of black people, I want to mix, mingle, meet new faces, and kind of like, you know, do my thing. Now, as I told y'all, I'm a content creator. You know this. Well, duh, I'm on YouTube. You know this. But Diane is, like I told y'all, in journalism, public relations, media, whatnot, like that. So I was telling her, I'm like, hey, when we do our lap, if you see someone that looks, you know, cool, whatever, you want to talk to them, you really should, because there's so many dope black creatives here. And I always give credit where credit is due. If you are black and you are a content creator, this message is for you. Just keep going. Do not give up. Keep on going. I'm telling it for myself too. Like, just keep going. Get to where you want to get. And so I'm telling her, like, there's so many dope black people here who do content, who do film, who do all types of stuff. Like, we're in a space full of black artists and creatives. Like, you should really, if you see somebody that you want to mix with, you should really approach them and just be like, hey, like, my name is such and such. You seem cool. Like, what do you do? Like, that's how you start conversation. Like, I don't know. That's how I start conversations. If I see someone that I think is dope, I'll either compliment their outfit. That's my go-to. My go-to is the outfit. I'd be like, oh, I'll scan them for something I like, and I'd be like, such and such is really cute on you. And they'll be like, oh, thank you. And I'll be like, so what do you, like, what's your name? What do you do? Like, you seem like a good vibe. I'll just start like that. And so I'm telling her, like, hey, you should really try to connect with some people here, because you live out here. I don't know which of these people live out here, but there's probably a few that you could probably do some work with in the future. She's telling me this, y'all. Oh, no, I'm not in work mode. Now, I'm not going to repeat my stuff. I only repeat my talk. Why can't I talk? I'm only tell you something one time, because what I'm not going to do is push my friends to do opportunities that they don't want for themselves. If I tell you one time and you make up an excuse, I'm not telling you again. Because at the end of the day, your loss, my win. So I'm not going to tell you to do something that you don't want to do. However, all I said to her was, sorry, there's like cars coming, so I keep looking to the side. I'm in my neighborhood. All I said to her was, that's fine, but just remember, this is a great opportunity for you. And when it comes to work in media, there's no work hours. There's no work mode. I don't care how you're feeling, because me and her have talked about this before, where she wanted to do something. And I told her, I asked her about it. I was like, oh, how's it going? And she told me, oh, I'm just not in a good headspace. I'm just not feeling mentally well. Now, me personally, no tea, no shade to anybody who also relates to when you're not mentally well, you can't really create. But for me personally, I don't want to hear all that. I don't want to hear the excuses. I don't want to hear I'm not mentally well. I don't want to hear it, because when I'm not mentally well, I still get up in front of my camera. I power through it, and I end up with some of the dopest content. I feel so happy and proud that I achieved what I had to achieve, even though I was not feeling too well. And one thing too, you would never know if I wasn't in the right mindset on YouTube. Like, if I had a bad day, y'all would never know. Like, I could have had a bad day today. Nobody would know. Like, y'all just wouldn't know. So To those who relate to her, cool. To those who relate to me, where you feel like in order to just stay in that, you know, in that good headspace and just stay motivated, you got to just power through your sad days or your bad days, whatever the case may be, cool. But for me personally, I don't want to hear excuses. I don't. I need you to power through it, because the reward is so, like, it's so fulfilling. Even when I'm sad and I power through it, I be like, I think I'm in a good mood now. I just powered through some dope content. Like, I really just got through that. So when you're upset, I just need you to power through it. Just get it done. And so I'm telling her, like, hey, there is no work. There's no business hours. There's no work hours. We are content creators. At the end of the day, even when you do journalism, you're creating content. Public relations, you're creating content. You're reaching out to influencers and brands and whoever else. There is no time, no days off. There is no days off. I don't care what y'all say. I could be working in the office at Milk Makeup, but if I go out and I find an influencer, everyday people who I think would be fit to work with us on and it's my day off, I'm still going to approach that influencer and get their contact info, because when I am back in my work hours, I will reach out to them. It doesn't, 5 seconds to just network real quick is not going to hurt you. It might just benefit you, to be real. It might even work out for the best. So I'm just telling her, girl, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not trying to hear all that. I'm not in work mode, whatever. We don't got time for that. What we do have time for, though, is to network, because there are some dope black people in here, and I love a black creative. I love me a good black creative. So I'm trying to, like, meet people. The boy that I ended up meeting, he was cool. I want to reach out to him on Instagram, see where he's going next. He seems real cool. But she was not trying to do it. She did not want to network. I could just see on her face that she was not really smiling anymore as much. Like, she did not want to participate in any networking, any part of what I was doing. She just did not want to do it. And I was starting to feel like, dang, did she even want to be here? Because if she didn't want to come, she could have told me that she didn't want to come. That was fine. Like, I'm just like, dang, but don't come and, like, have, like, a bad attitude or have, like, bad vibes coming off, because I thought this was going to be a good time. But now I know. Now I know. For her, don't invite her to no parties. She's not the party friend. She can do, like, a brunch or something. But the parties, it's going to be a no-go. The party's getting later. We do our little, we circle the party, you know, just to see what's going on, how it's looking, how many people have shown up, who's even there. We circle the block, okay? That's basically what we do. We circle the block. Now, when we get back to the dance floor, I'm still dancing, vibing. I don't care. I'll dance by myself if I got to. If I'm the only one dancing and my friends both standing there, that is fine. But Marcus was dancing. Marcus just be chilling. Marcus is like me. We both could just vibe. Like, it don't matter what kind of music is playing, we could vibe. So, as the party is starting to die down, I remembered the parking meter, the ticket, like the parking ticket was electronic. And I went to check it and the thing had ran out. Like, the time on the meter ran out, and I was like, oh shoot, we're in a busy area. Like, we need to make sure, because there's a lot of cops around here, we need to make sure the car didn't get towed. So I'm looking at Marcus. I'm like, hey, should we go check the car, like, and make sure the car's still there? And he was like, well, do you want to leave? I'm like, not really. I kind of still want to stay a little longer. The party is almost over, so I'll stay a little bit longer and just chill. He was like, okay, I'm gonna go check the car, then I'll text you and let you know if you need to add more, or I'll ask you what's the plan, so we can kind of gauge if we want to just take the car and go or whatever. It's now around 2:30. It's about 2:30. Yeah, it's 2:30. So Marcus leaves, okay? He leaves the party. So it's me and Diane still there. I'm still vibing, chilling. The party has died down some. The DJ is kind of whack, but I'm still there. I'm like, I'm going to just stay till the end of the party, because it's almost over anyway. In 30 minutes, we might as well just stay for the rest of it and be at the let out when all people get let out. Because the let out, if y'all don't know, the let out is always the best part of the party, because everyone's trying to figure out what's the next move. What's the next move? So I'm there chilling, and I'm dancing. Marcus leaves to go check the car, okay? Not even 10 seconds later, maybe 15. 10, 15 seconds later, Diane is like, all right, I'm about to go with Marcus. And I'm just like, what do you mean about to go with Marcus? But she just walked off. She walks off, leaves me in the party by myself. Now I'm going to tell y'all this. Girl code. Girl code rule number uno. Rule number uno. Y'all, say it with me now. Put it in the comment section when I say this. 3, 2, 1. You come together, you leave together. You don't leave anybody solo by themselves. Especially if people are under the influence. Now, I wasn't, but I'm just adding that point in there so that y'all understand. You never leave somebody alone. Now, I'm going to tell y'all a brief story about a girl in my city. Very sad, sad story. Trigger warning. Very sad story. She went out to the club with her friends. This happened 2021, 2020, sometime very recent. And the man just got his sentencing last year, I believe, or the year before. A girl went out to party at the club with her friends. It was her birthday. Her friends leave her there by herself. This man finds her, kidnaps her, okay? Kidnaps this girl. And they go on a manhunt for him. A whole manhunt because this girl's missing. And none of the friends realized that she was with the other friend. The other friend didn't know she was with the other friend. They thought that she left with the other one, but no one had confirmed it. So this girl ends up getting kidnapped by this man because she was by herself under the influence. They went on a manhunt for this man for like 2 days, found her stuffed in a suitcase, deceased. So sad. And she was a mom. Don't leave your friends by themselves at parties. I don't care if you want to be at that party or not. Don't leave your friends alone. And so I'm just like, bruh, she really just left me here. So I was like, all right, you know what? Whatever. That's when I got annoyed. I was like, she really just left me here by myself. Fine. I just kept dancing. I'm taking my watch like, party ain't over yet. So the party probably had like 15 minutes left. About 15 minutes. So I'm just dancing. I see people exiting. Marcus is gone. Diane is gone. She's trying to go find him. And so after about 15 minutes when the party's coming to a close, I start heading out. And right as I'm heading out, this is 15 minutes later, mind you, Diane is texting me or calling me. And I'm like, hello? And she's like, oh, I can't find Marcus. I'm sitting over here by the front or whatever. And I'm just like, girl, you should have just came back to the party or told me this sooner. How you lose Marcus when you left right after? Like, literally, they left like back to back. It hadn't even been that long. So either Marcus sprinted out of there like Sonic the Hedgehog, or she just was not paying attention and didn't see him. Because there is no way they did not like connect at some point. The space was not that big. Sure, there was a lot of people there, but the space was not that big, and they literally left around the same time. So I was so confused at how Diane did not find Marcus. It was very confusing. But I was just like, okay, whatever. Like, I'm walking up. So as I'm walking up, I see her where she's standing, and she's like, oh, I can't find him. I'm like, that's what you get for leaving me in there by myself. Now you by yourself. Like, we supposed to stay in there together until he lets us know what's up with the car. That's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for him to tell me if the car was still there or not, because then we could have left and figured out the next move, if we were going to go back home or if we were going to go out to another spot, whatever the case may be. I'm trying to tell her, I'm trying to wait for him to tell me what's going on with the car. If the car got towed, like, if the car got towed, we were going to be walking back to the Airbnb. So we had to, you know, figure this out. What had happened after that, I'm like, that's what you get for leaving me in there by myself. And this, she literally says, oh no, I'm gonna leave at any time I want. I'm gonna leave anybody anytime. I'm like, oh
my God, you want to talk about mother? You want to talk about mother? It's mother time.
okay. Now I'm like, all right. And I was like, that's fine, because I am not inviting you out anymore if that's what you're gonna do. Like, I have no shame in saying that. I was like, no, I am not inviting you out anymore if you're gonna leave me in there by myself, if that's what you're gonna do. And she was like, I'm not about to argue, whatever. She's like, I'm not about to argue with you about it. I'm like, I'm not arguing either. I'm just saying that's what you get. You should not have left me in there. Then we're walking back to the car because I'm like, I don't even know where the heck Marcus is. So I'm like, let's just walk back to the car and see what's going on. And we're still kind of going back and forth. And she's like, well, that's why Marcus left, because you're too hard to deal with. You're too difficult to deal with. So why are you here? In my head, I'm like, why are you here then? If I'm so difficult to deal with, why are you here? I did not force you to come. I did not hold you at gunpoint. I did not make you go out of your way to come. You could have easily said, you know what? I'm not really into parties, but can I do a brunch with you before the party? I would have been like, fine. That is okay. Or you could have did the dinner. She could have told me, let's just do dinner before the party, then I'm just gonna go back home after. I'd be like, all right, that's cool. As long as we hang, that's fine. But I did not force her to come to the party. And this is for other people out there who have communication issues. If your friend is going somewhere it's really not your scene, just tell them that. Just tell them like, hey, I'm not really into this, but can we redirect the plan to this? Something that still works. And I'm sure if that person is your real friend, they'll be like, oh yeah, sure, let's just hang though. We can redirect the plan to something else. So I like wasn't understanding. First of all, I did not understand where she even pulled that out of her butt from, because one thing about Marcus, first of all, I've known Marcus since I was 12 years old, like 12, 13 years old. One thing about Marcus, he's not staying where he don't want to be. Period, point blank. Just like I told you in the beginning, when that girl in the taco line was going da-da-da-da-da-da, keep yapping, Marcus walked away in the middle of her talking. He does not care. He is not going to stay where he does not want to be. So, I don't know where you read that vibe, that Marcus thinks I'm difficult to deal with, but I was like, girl, shut up. Well, I didn't tell her to shut up, but in my head, I'm like, girl, shut up. And I'm like, what I did say, though, was, don't you ever lie on me. What you're not about to do is lie on me. That's one thing. If y'all watch my story time about the Mario Party, then you know I don't like a liar. Don't ever lie on me. Don't lie on my character. Do not lie about me, because I'll really go off. Don't ever lie about my character. I'm one of the nicest people ever. When my friends are doing something, I'm encouraging, I'm rooting for them, I'm trying to help them, trying to boost them. Don't ever lie on me. Never ever lie on me, for real. Because one thing this is all tying back to other stories. If you be watching my stories, then you already know where this is going. If you watch the story about Drake, the Drake story, which was I think the story I posted before this one, I'll detach. That's for anybody. Anybody can get cut off. I don't care. That's friends, family, grandma, or puppy. All y'all can get cut off. Like, don't lie on me. So I'm like, what are you even talking about? Don't ever lie on me. She's like, oh, I'm not telling lies. I'm just saying. I'm like, you're not saying much of anything, because I know Marcus. You just met Marcus today. I've known Marcus for the past decade. Don't lie on me. Don't ever lie on me. Over a decade. Don't ever lie on my character. Please. So, Marcus, where was he the whole time? Eating food. How you know I wasn't hungry, Marcus? Maybe I wanted to get something to eat too, to bring back. Why didn't I get anything to eat? So, this whole time, I'm like, okay, first of all, screw you, Diane. I didn't know where Marcus is. So I'm texting Marcus, where you at? He's like, oh, I'm eating food. So now we're waiting outside the car looking stupid. And I'm like, okay, well, let's just go towards him. No, was this before him? No, this happened before him. As we're walking to the car. No, was this after? I don't even remember if this was before or after. I think it was after. we're walking to the car. As we're walking to the car, this dude, he stops us. And he's behind me. He's like, oh, where are you from? I'm like, I'm from the north. Because I don't tell people where I'm from. I'm like, I'm the north. He was like, what part of the north? I'm like, Boston. He's like, oh, okay, like, what you got planned for today? I was like, I don't have anything planned. Like, I'm like, what do you have planned for us? And he was like, we're going to this place called Booby Trap. If you don't know what Booby Trap is, it is a strip club in Miami, a very popular strip club. Kind of like an after hours, I want to say. Because it be open late. Like, people be coming out of there at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, dang, the strippers are tired. I know they are exhausted. Because y'all don't know how to go home. Go home. So the boy, he doesn't get a name. He's like, oh, we're going to Booby Trap. I'm like, I got to pay to get in there? He was like, not if you're with me. And I'm like, okay, what do you do? He's like, I'm a film director. I'm like, oh, okay, dope. Like, what's your Instagram? Like, because now I'm networking, y'all. Remember, I'm a content creator. He's a film director. Time to network. Here come Diane. She networking. Business hours are back on, y'all. They're back on. That's why I'm tell her, like, there is no such thing as a business hours when you're a content creator. Every hour is business hour. We just get little breaks in between, but every hour is a business hour. So we're talking to this boy, and he's letting us know, oh, this is what I do. So now she's making a connection. Cool. And then when he left, I'm like, so what happened to those business hours you were talking about? And she was like, oh, it's fine. I made a nice connection. I'm like, okay, yeah, good for you. Good for you, girl. You could have been doing that in the party. There was probably so many people in there. Anyway, though. So after that, we get in the car. We're still bickering back and forth, first of all. Still going back and forth. She's like, oh, we could do this all night. I'm two fiery personalities. I'm like, we can do this all night. I don't care, girl. She's like, I got a point to prove. I'm like, you don't have a point to prove. You have no point. You literally have no point. What point are you trying to prove? That someone you don't know, don't like me, that has known me most of my life? Get out of here. So those two comments that she made had kind of brought my mood down. The first one being, I don't want to dance. The second one being, Marcus don't like you because Marcus walked away because you're too difficult to deal with. I was like, does this girl even really like me? Because I can't tell. I can't tell if the friendship has been genuine. That's how I was feeling in the moment. I'm like, I don't know if this friendship has been genuine, y'all. I'm feeling a little sidetracked by these comments and what's going on. Like, I'm very confused. I thought we were good. I thought we having a solid night. I didn't know this how you really felt. So after all that goes down, I was just like, you know what? Let's just go back to the Airbnb. Like, this is in my head. I did not say it in my, like, out loud. I'm just saying in my head, like, let me just get to the Airbnb before I have to boom, bop, bop, boom, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam. Like, I'm really about to go crazy. We get back to the Airbnb. She goes home, lets us know when she gets back. Cool. Never talk to the girl again. Yeah, I have not spoken to Diane since that night. I literally have not talked to her since that night. One of my friends had called me. There's this boy. I'm not going to give him a name. This boy that she met through me. Diane met him through me, and then they've suddenly become best friends. I don't know how that happened, but they become best friends, and he calls me, and I'm like, tell me if I'm wrong in this situation. Let me ask you a question. Am I wrong here? He was like, well, you know, Diane don't really like partying. I'm like, how am I supposed to know that? How am I supposed to know that? I've met Diane in person 3 times. We never talk about partying because we don't ever see each other in person to party. And the last time I did see her to go to a party, we were going to go to 21 Savage's birthday party. She was mad hyped to go. That energy was not the energy of a person who did not want to go to a party or who doesn't like parties. She wanted to go. So I was mad confused. I'm like, how am I supposed to know Diane don't like parties? I'm like, that doesn't even make sense because me and her don't ever talk about partying. Literally, when I speak to her, it's more so about what I'm doing with my content or just basically life, regular life. I don't be talking about going to parties and stuff. So how am I supposed to know she don't like to dance? And he was like, yeah, one time I called her and she didn't really want to go to this party. So I figured she didn't really like parties. I'm like, okay, well, you was on the phone with her when she was at a party or going to a party. I don't talk to her about parties. So how am I supposed to know that? If I knew she didn't like parties, I would not have invited her. And I wish she would have communicated that when I did invite her. If she didn't want to go, or if she don't like that environment, just tell me you don't like parties and we can make another plan. If someone invites me to a place where I know I'm not going to enjoy myself for real to the fullest, or I'm not really into that, I'm going to tell them I'm not really into that. Like, am I crazy here? Y'all let me know in the comments. Am I crazy? Please, somebody tell me. I can see both sides. She probably wanted to hang out, but I feel like this could have been avoided had you just said you did not want to go to no party and that you just wanted to do maybe a cute brunch, cute lunch. I'm not a mind reader. I cannot predict what people want to do. You got to let me know, hey, this is not really my scene. Let's do something else. And I would have been like, okay. I'm not a picky person. I don't really care. We can do whatever. I'm not picky at all. I'm literally down for any experience, anything. I don't care. I'm very, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't even know the word right now. But I'm just spontaneous. I'm just spontaneous. I'll do anything, at least once. If it's safe. If my life's not at risk. If my life is at risk, I'm not doing it. Other than that, I'm going to do it. Going to a little party, chilling, cool. Cool, but if you don't want to do that, cool. We will find something else to do. So I was just talking to my friend. I'm like, am I wrong in this situation? He was just like, I think y'all should just call each other and resolve it. And I'm like, honestly, I don't know. Because to me, and if she's watching this, this is just how I feel. But to me, I feel like she don't really like me. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you. I feel like she don't like me, for real. So I'm not calling nobody, because I don't know if I got a real friend. Like, the way, based on how she was feeling that night, I feel like that was her true feelings coming out. Maybe she wanted to put it on Marcus, but that was her feelings. That was her true feelings coming out. So I'm just like, dang, did I even have a real friend here? I don't know. Now I don't know. But that was very hurtful. So I'm just like, I'm not calling nobody. And I told him that. I'm like, I'm not calling her. Sorry, but if this is how the friendship ends, okay. Or if it's meant to come back together at a later time, okay. But I'm not calling nobody. Sorry to burst your bubble, but I'm not. And he was just like, oh my gosh, you're all doing too much. Just resolve the issue. And he just wants it to be resolved because he probably wants to hang out with us both at the same time or get on the phone with us both. Probably not going to happen because he likes to call people. He loves to make phone calls. My gosh, that man loves a call. When he calls me, I got to make sure everything is down. I mean, all my activities are down because we're going to have a long phone chat, which is cool. I love being on the phone with him. But I just have to be prepared. So he probably wanted to have us on the phone at some point. But I'm just like, I'm not calling nobody. One, leaving me in that party was wrong. And two, saying I'm difficult to deal with was wrong. Like, you don't need to say all that. And if that's the case, you don't even like me. So don't deal with me. If I'm so difficult, don't deal with me. Period. Because if I really wanted to be rude, I really could have just went in on her about how she was acting that whole night. But I was not going to do that because I'm like, okay, let me just, for the next time, now I know, don't invite her to no party. But after that, after she said that, I was like, yeah, no. No. You took it too far. Now you're done. You're done. So, I have not spoken to Diane since that night. And who knows when I will speak to Diane. I really don't know. But, like I said, I have no beef, no hard feelings. Some people just move on with their lives. Some people come back together. Who knows? But at the moment, I have no desire. Because I personally feel like Diane don't even rock with me for real like that. And that's just the honest truth. I feel like Diane don't really like me. So I'm not going to surround myself with people who is giving that type of energy. Because I feel like me personally, I have so much to give. Like I told y'all, I be motivating my friends. I be sending them resources. I be giving them opportunities. I be pushing people. I be trying to, you know, make my friends work to their fullest potential. I really be pushing my people. So if you're not really appreciating it or don't really like me, I'm not extending that no more. Like that is out the question. So y'all let me know, what would you do in this situation? Have you been in this situation before where you felt like someone didn't really like you, or you fell out with a friend over something so easily avoidable? So avoidable. Y'all let me know in the comments below. What would you do in the situation? Or if I was wrong, let me know if I was wrong, where we could have changed things up. What do y'all think we should do in this situation, or how we should move forward from this situation? And that's all I can really tell you. That's how the story ends. Me and Diane don't speak, and me and Marcus are going to Arizona very soon, so that vlog is coming soon. It's Marcus's birthday, so we're about to go turn up in Phoenix. So I'm gonna give y'all that vlog at the beginning of next month. I got a couple more videos dropping after this, some travel content on the way as well. So if you like the story times, then definitely check out my other content, because I really be outside. Like, I be doing a lot. Y'all gotta be there. Come join me on my adventures outside. I be exploring the world. So really, if you like vlogs, please come watch a vlog. If you like beauty, come watch a beauty video. Like, it's super appreciated. But if you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button down below. I'm trying to hit 10K this year. I can't do it without you. So please, if you're watching this, hit the subscribe button and definitely support the channel. Also, please make sure to follow me on all my social medias. Right now, I'm on Instagram and TikTok, but I don't know what's happening with TikTok. I really don't. So that might be gone soon. I really don't know. If it is, tears, but it is what it is. I'll be on Instagram, so you can follow me on my Instagram. It's going to be linked down below. Both pages that I have will be linked in the description box. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye!